My grandpa has been on hospice since October of last year. Let's just say October 1st of last year. And he is still living. So his diagnoses include dementia, which he's not actually on hospice for the dementia, because the dementia, we have no idea how long he can live with that. He got diagnosed with it about 10 years ago, and they say that on average, you'll live about 10 years after a diagnosis of dementia, and his specific kind is Alzheimer's. But averages are just that, averages. You could live 20 years, you could live 5, you could live 15. There are people with early onset dementia who live a lot longer, or there are people with early onset dementia who die like a week later. It's a whole spectrum. He also has bladder cancer, which was something we found out last year, probably in August or September. We found out because he's been in a diaper for a little while. We were changing him, checking him out, and the aide said, "Hey, there's some blood in here." So what we did was we took him to the emergency room. He goes to the emergency room. The emergency room's like, "Well, it might be a urinary tract infection. We don't really know 100%, so take this antibiotic and follow up with urology." He takes the antibiotic. Great, everything's going well. Blah, 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 blah. The blood's still kind of there. So, yeah, they keep the appointment with urology, take him out to urology, and he goes in. They stick a little, cystoscope up in there, and they go in, look at the bladder, look at the kidneys, and they're like, "Oh, he's got bladder cancer." And, he's had cancer in the past. He's 84, 83, or 84. I can never remember if he's 83 or 84. So next year he'll be 84 or 85. About 20 years ago, so 20, 22 years ago, so that was sometime between the ages of 8 and 12 for me. He had prostate cancer and colon cancer and something else. And then at another point, my grandma had breast cancer twice. So yes, knowing all this, I've let my doctor know, "Hey, family history, all these cancers. Let's take a look when we need to." And the doctor's like, "Okay, we'll take a look there. Let me know if you're having any symptoms, and we need to go and look treatment earlier." But Grandpa's been on hospice this whole time, and the hospice has been absolutely wonderful for him. They send an aide 5 days a week because he has another aide 56 hours a week from the VA, which is really nice. He's a disabled Vietnam vet. So the VA sends another aide from 11 to 7 or 10 to 7 every day. So the aide gets an hour lunch where they can just leave, but they usually just eat lunch at Grandma's house, which is nice. Sometimes they get it delivered. Sometimes they cook for Grandpa and eat the same thing. Totally allowed. Grandma allows that. But the thing that I'm thinking about with this being on hospice is what's going to happen? Because, is he going to continue living for a lot longer? Is he going to make it another Thanksgiving, another Christmas? Is he going to make it to another birthday in February? I remember back in December of last year, Grandma telling me and my mom, he's not going to make it till Easter. And now I'm sitting here in August. And it's just not. But hospice requires you to have a diagnosis of an expected less than 6 months to live. And he got recertified already once, obviously, because he's continuing receiving services. I'm just has anybody ever experienced anything like this? Genuinely, with somebody who's on hospice and keeps living and living and living, and nobody really knows what's going on. And they'll have cycles where he's better some days, worse other days. For him, during the full moon, he gets really bad. We don't exactly know why. We're not even going to try to figure that out. We just know. But during the full moon, he gets really, really bad. And then he'll get better. And then during the full moon, he'll get bad again. But he doesn't really talk. He lays in bed the whole day because he's bedbound. But it's really frustrating to know that it could happen at any time. But we also don't know if he could get better. We don't know how much pain he's in because he can't talk to us because he lost his speech probably about 2 years ago, which sucks. But yeah, anybody have any experience with that?